inside, 30, 20, 15. They will not catch him today.
This week at Inside Bobcat Football, the Cats are back from the Great Northwest, and we have all the highlights in their game against Idaho. Plus, a look ahead of the future and the right now with freshman quarterback Tyler Jones. And a look ahead of the Bobcat men's basketball season, first-year head coach Danny Casper. But first, here's Bill with Bobcat head coach Dennis Francione.
This past Saturday, the Bobcats had a 4,000-mile round trip up to Moscow, Idaho. A lot of things going on outside of the game itself, but when all was said and done, the Bobcats prevailed 37-21. Now we're joined by Coach Fran here in the team room at the End Zone Complex at Bobcat Stadium. First of all, congratulations, Coach. Now 6-3 on the year. We'll talk more about win number 6 and what that means a little bit later in the show. On Saturday, I thought your team took a very business-like approach and took care of business.
That's a good description, I think. We had some disruptions with our travel a little bit and had to adjust some things, but they handled it very well and stayed focused and played very well on the road. With only 3 penalties in the game, one of them I took on purpose, and no turnovers, really a very solid performance.
In the lead up to the game, one of the things that you talked about was getting out to a fast start. First drive of the game for Idaho, Xavier Daniels recovers a fumble, and immediately the offense takes it into the end zone. Rob Lowe with the first of his 2 touchdowns on the afternoon, kind of what you were looking for.
It really was. I think anytime you're on the road, if you can get off to a quick start, it helps you a little bit. And against a team like Idaho, who has had a tough season, the more that you can take control of the game and make them have to match you, the better off you are in the long run.
Here are some of the numbers. Tyler Jones, particularly in the first half, was exceptional throwing the football.
13 out of 14. The first half. He was really good, found his third read on a couple passes. It's kind of fun and exciting to watch his growth. He's 5 games into this season now, and the experience is showing, and he's getting a little better. And we're getting a much better handle of how much we can give him and things like that as a true freshman, and he's absorbed a lot and doing really well.
Real quickly, Coach, as we watched the video, late in the first half, ball at the Vandal 4-yard line, Jones to battle, quite a catch.
Well, it was a great catch. It probably saved me from, that time management thing that crops up every once in a while. I really thought we had enough time to throw the ball on the fade and still have a second or 2 left on the clock. There were 6 seconds when we snapped it, but it didn't work out that way, so Isaiah makes the great catch, and that was a big score for us right before half.
All right, Coach, you go into the locker room, 23-14 out in front. Let's take a look at the first half highlight.
The Bobcats are searching for that coveted 6th win of the season as they take on the Idaho Vandals in the Kibbe Dome and get an early turnover on a play ruled as a fumble following an official review. That sets the Cats up with great field position, and quarterback Tyler Jones goes to work, hooking up with Andy Erickson for 13 yards with more yardage tacked on after a late hit. 2 plays later on 2nd and goal from the 1, sophomore tailback Robert Lowe makes 1 cut and walks right through the Idaho defense for his 8th rushing touchdown of the season as the Bobcats take an early 7-0 lead. Later in the quarter, and the score now tied at 7, Vandal quarterback Taylor Davis is sacked by Damian McMiller for a key 3rd down stop. The final play of the first quarter is another one through the air for Texas State's freshman quarterback as Jones finds Terrence Franks open in the flat for an 18-yard play near midfield, the first of 2 big catches on the day for Franks. Later on the same drive and in the second quarter, Robert Lowe finds pay dirt again as he blasts ahead for a 9-yard touchdown run, giving the Bobcats back the lead 14-7. The ensuing Idaho possession ends in a 3-and-out, leading to a punt by Austin Rico. And awaiting back deep is Andy Erickson, a dangerous punt returner throughout his Bobcat career. Erickson returns this punt 40 yards all the way to the Idaho 42, his longest return of the season. 3 plays after the return and face with 3rd down and 8, Jones calmly delivers a strike to Bradley Miller for 11 yards and a 1st down, and that leads to a 42-yard field goal attempt for Jason Dan, who stays perfect on the season as Texas State takes a 17-7 lead. After an Idaho touchdown to 17-14 Texas State, but the Jones to Miller connection burns the Vandals again, this time for 36 yards all the way to the Idaho 25. Now, just 6 seconds remaining in the half, Jones takes one last shot of the end zone, and Isaiah Battle makes an incredible acrobatic one-handed catch in the corner of the end zone. Not a bad way to record your first touchdown of the season, and Battle's grab gives Texas State a 23-14 lead over Idaho at halftime.
After the break, we introduce you to Bobcat freshman quarterback Tyler Jones.
Color match test complete.
Are you making it just any night? Or are you making it remember that night? Are you making it dinner after the game? Or are you making it a victory meal? Are you making it good enough? Or are you making it great with America's #1 choice, Pizza Hut? Now Pizza Hut offers that great pizza at a great price, the $10 any carryout deal. Any pizza, any size, any toppings, now just $10 when you carry out. We all have a choice. Get America's #1 pizza and make it great.
How do you show your Bobcat pride? Now you can show it off and keep your money here at Texas State, because whenever you buy at the University Bookstore at Texas State, that money stays here on campus. Apparel, books, gifts, and much more. Online or in the heart of Bobcat country, find it, get it, and keep it on campus. University Bookstore at Texas State, your bookstore.
The future is bright here at Texas State, and the future is also right now with freshman quarterback Tyler Jones.
Jones back to throw, pumps, now going deep to the end zone for Ija, turns, and he makes the catch! Back right corner of the end zone, touchdown Texas State!
We're excited about Tyler. Needless to say, it is a work in progress. He's getting better, and not probably each game, probably each day that he comes to practice, he's getting better. Believe me, we're not where we want to be, but we're not where we used to be.
I think the hardest thing is just, coming in as a freshman and trying to get adapted to, this university, this style of play, because I'd only been here for 2 months, maybe 3 months, maybe, and I'd only started actually running with the ones, for about a week now, before I even actually got to start against Wyoming. So, there was a lot on my plate, but ultimately, I think these coaches do a great job of putting it all in perspective for me, and making my job that much easier.
Right now, I'm standing on the very spot, the Bobcat 26-yard line, faced with 4th and 24, down 31-30 to South Alabama with under 30 seconds to go. The Bobcats' chances of converting less than 1% when freshman quarterback Tyler Jones throws downfield to Ben Ija, who makes the catch inside the 30-yard line, takes the ball a few more yards for a 51-yard conversion on 4th and 24. And a few plays later, Jason Dan nails a field goal, and the Bobcats win 33-31 in dramatic fashion.
Three-man rush, you were saying. Jones steps up, rolling right, throwing downfield. Pass is caught by Ija inside the 30, breaks a tackle 25, down to the Jaguar 22-yard line. What a play by Ben Ija.
In the huddle prior to that play, Rob Lowe kept saying repeatedly, even on the 4th and 19, even when we backed up to 4th and 24, everybody was in the huddle saying it's one play. All it takes is one play for us to get back in this game, and that's all it took.
we went through our 2-minute, our 2-minute plan, on what we call our Mayday plan, and I went through each call that we would make as we got into it, and he felt good about it. And we do that every Sunday. Every Sunday we go against our defense in a live Mayday situation. And so, it's not like it was our first time to ever be in that situation, especially not his first time.
There's always going to be highs and lows of the game, and if you get too high and then there comes a low, then you stumble and then you fall and then it gets worse and worse and it could be turned into a snowball effect. So I feel like, if you stay that calm and you stay that median and you stay where, you have no emotions, I feel like, to an extent it helps you. To the extent that, you're able to knock or block out the crowd and what they have to say, or to block out what those, the other team's saying to you, or what they're trying to get into your head and stuff. So I feel like, that's kind of the way that I was taught, and that's kind of the way I play. So
on 3rd and 7, back to throw. TJ going deep in the end zone. Smith turns, back left shoulder, makes the catch. Touchdown, Texas State.
Whatever's working at the time is what we're going to do. If Rob Lowe and Chris Nuttall are having a huge run game, then, of course, we're going to run the ball more. But, ultimately, I think we kind of do just what'll let us win, what we have the advantage of winning to. And I feel like that's kind of the way Coach Fran's mindset is to it. And, it's a good mindset to have. If you're winning, you're winning. So.
Coming up next at Inside Bobcat Football, second half highlights.
Texas State is a place that encourages dreams and offers connections that make those dreams come true.
A place that engages minds and hearts. A place that puts my passion to work in ways to strengthen my community.
What I learned at Texas State helps me reach beyond the campus and make a difference in the real world.
Was just a game. Then it became your passion. You've sacrificed everything to arrive at this moment.
Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? Yeah!
This is where it all comes together.
Oh yeah! He's got it! 20, 10, 5, touchdown!
And this is where it happens.
The second half opens with Texas State leading Idaho 23-14, and on the Bobcats' opening third quarter possession, they convert on 3rd and 10 with an 18-yard passing play to Andy Erickson. Although the Bobcats end up punting on the drive, they would get great field position following Idaho's opening possession of the half as a gamble on 4th and 5 from its own 38 fails, with Vandal quarterback Taylor Davis stopped 2 yards short of the first down by DJ Yendry. The Bobcats' 4th down gambles didn't fail. On 4th and 1, Tim Gay picks up 3 yards to keep the drive alive. And then, 4 plays later, Tim Gay's numbers called again on 4th and 1, and instead of settling for a first down, Gay says, "I'll just take it to the house," as Gay rumbles into the end zone for the touchdown, giving the Bobcats a 13-14 lead. The Bobcat defense was physical on Saturday, and Vandal freshman running back Richard Montgomery found out the hard way, first on a hit by Xavier Daniels, and on the next play, Montgomery gets drilled by Jared Jeter Gilman for a loss of 5. Montgomery had a tough day. Texas State's Robert Lowe did not. The Bobcat workhorse had 17 carries for a team-high 61 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Vandals, his longest run of the day, this 18-yard scamper in the third quarter. To the fourth quarter, the Bobcats looking to ice the game. Idaho bites on the quarterback run, which leads to Texas State's easiest touchdown of the season as Jones finds a wide-open Terrence Franks for a 67-yard touchdown pass, the Bobcats' longest of the season, as the Cats take a 37-14 lead. Idaho scores a late touchdown, but the game was never in doubt. It ends with one final 4th down stop as Chris Peterson earns his first sack of the season and the defense's second turnover on downs. Win number 6 is in the books as the Bobcats become bowl eligible. The final score from the Kibbe Dome, Texas State 37, Idaho 21.
still playing without David Mayo, one of your best defensive performers, and going up against a guy like Desmond Epps, who's been burning a lot of folks with his ability to catch the ball and run with it. The defense holds another opponent to under 22 points. The 6th time this season that the defense has held the opponents under that number. You've got to be impressed by your guys.
Our defense has played pretty well this year, and as you mentioned, the last touchdown, we were willing to give up a slow drive like they had, and we finally gave up the 7 points, but the clock was on our side. Our defense really should have gotten a score in the game. There was a bad call on the fumble. They blew the whistle too quickly, or we would have picked it up and actually scored on defense. Fortunately, we did score on offense on that. So David Mayo will probably be back for the next game. That's a good sign for us. We certainly are even better when we have him.
Field position was key on Saturday. The Bobcats average starting field position, the Texas State 46, Idaho, their own 18-yard line. Will Johnson, another great afternoon. The coverage units, the defense really tilted the field.
I tell you, Will is really kicking the ball dead inside the 10-yard line. It looks like a wedge shot with backspin sometimes, the way he's doing it. And we keep pinning people down, and with the way our defense has played, as you mentioned, when we make them drive a long way, it works in our benefit, and it does give us field position in return.
The Bobcats converted 4 fourth downs on Saturday, none bigger than Tim Gay on 4th and 1, taking it around the right side from 20 yards out. Talk about that decision, that play.
Well, you know, sometimes you feel like you got a play in your pocket that can get you the first down, and we certainly did there. And that was a 2-play call at the line of scrimmage, and Tyler had to put us in the right play, and he did. He did a great job of that. And Tim did a nice job of running. And Tim gets so much credit for all his blocks. Sometimes we don't think about how good a runner he is, but he really showed his running ability on that play. He read the blocks well. Rob Lowe stepped in there and made a nice block, and so did the offensive line and tight ends. And Tim read them well and scooted into the end zone for a big score for us.
Speaking of score, still kind of a game. The Bobcats are up 30-14 there in the 4th quarter. Tyler Jones, a great fake, throw to Terrence Franks, who's wide open. Brant and I are thinking, oh no, he's too open. Talk about that play, 67-yard touchdown.
Well, it's a run-pass option, and it takes a little while to develop. Our line did a pretty good job of picking things up and giving Tyler some time. Tyler read that the corner came off Terrence, and he did a magnificent job of kind of throwing a little bit under duress as they were closing in on him, and made a good throw. Of course, Terrence was so open you didn't have to make a bullet throw. You just had to throw one up in the air, and he was going to score. And I do know the feeling. The ball seemed to be in the air for about 2 minutes, and I'm thinking the whole time, now come on, Terrence, let's gather this one in because you're going to score, and he did.
All right, Coach. Again, congratulations. Big win. We'll pause for a moment. When we come back, we'll close the book on Idaho, talk about win 6, and take a look at bye week.
All right.
Tim Gay breaks a tackle down the sideline across midfield. Inside the 30, 20, 15. They will not catch him today. Touchdown.
Catch Inside Bobcat Football with Dennis Francione, Tuesday on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel, and in Houston, Thursdays on the Comcast Sports Network.
I am proud of you. I am proud to be your coach. I am happy for you. And there's not enough positives to say and how I feel about coaching this team.
A coach in the postgame there at the Kibbe Dome, offensive line coach Gordy Shaw gets the game ball, and it kind of got me to thinking as I watched the video of that. We talk about the student athletes, the Bobcats, for good reason, the job that you and the rest of the administrators and everybody are doing, but your assistant coaches have done a phenomenal job in getting this team to 6-3.
They really have. All of them have really pulled together, and of course Coach Shaw was at Idaho last year, so we felt it was only appropriate that with the big win that he get the game ball.
Now, win 6, bowl eligibility, what does that mean to your football program, but also what does that mean to Bobcat Nation?
Well, I hope they're as proud as I am of these players and the accomplishment to get to bowl eligibility. We all understand we probably need to win another game or two to get one, but there are 125 Division I teams, and if enough of them stumble, we'll get one. And hopefully we'll continue to play well here down the stretch. We have 3 tough games ahead of us, and against 3 teams that are all competing for the same things we are. So it's going to be a challenge as we go on the road for 2 out of the 3, but it's going to be exciting. And knowing the fact that we've already got number 6 in our pocket is comforting.
It is, Coach. Now, you've got bye week. Before we sat down on the set, you and I kind of talked about it. You're on a 3-game winning streak, and most times you want to keep playing, keep getting out there. This bye week comes at a good time for this football program, in my opinion.
I agree. I think from a physical standpoint, David Mayo will get another week of rest. We've got some other non-serious injuries, but bumps and bruises that need time to heal. Chris Nuttall's got a turf toe right now that probably needs a few more days to be ready to play, and he'll be okay for the Arkansas State game. So it's been a grind to this point, and I think the thing that we have to do, and I talked to the players about at length, is let's stay focused, let's keep our edge, but let's get our rest and recover a little bit emotionally, mentally, and physically so we can head into this 3-game stretch hitting on all cylinders.
All right, Coach, I know you and I both like to quote Coach Wacker. In the words of Coach Wacker, unbelievable. Congratulations again on win 6. We'll see you in Jonesboro, Arkansas against Arkansas State on November 16th.
All right, thank you.
Up next, a preview of Bobcat men's basketball with first-year head coach Danny Casper.
Color match has complete.
How do you show your Bobcat pride? Now you can show it off and keep your money here at Texas State, because whenever you buy at the University Bookstore at Texas State, that money stays here on campus. Apparel, books, gifts, and much more. Online or in the heart of Bobcat country, find it, get it, and keep it on campus. University Bookstore at Texas State, your bookstore.
On a quarterback keeper, running left and throws, got a man wide open, Franks, and the catch is the 30, he's gone, they will not catch him today, touchdown Texas State.
I saw Terrence streaking, so I felt comfortable with giving it to him, kind of put some air underneath it so Terrence could run underneath it because of his 4.3 speed, so gave it to him, let him have it, caught it in stride and scored, so it was good.
The The newest head coach here at Texas State is Danny Casper, who's looking to turn the Bobcat men's basketball team into a contender in the Sun Belt Conference.
I do think the potential here is tremendous. Already we brought in 2 recruits and both committed. This campus is growing. It's got a lot of energy to it. You just can feel it being here. It's Dr. Trout and her administration have done a great job of building this university into a school that has, I think, going to continue to gain national prominence. I think there's some talent here. The thing is, I've got to change some mindsets. They've been recruited to play run and gun basketball. They've been asked. I don't think I'm hurting anybody's feelings, even the previous coaching staff, by saying I don't think defense was a priority. It was more, we're going to outscore you, and that's not me. And they knew that when they hired me. You're going to have to understand that I am maybe not 180, but I am certainly 120, 140 degree difference. The biggest challenge is getting the players, particularly the older returning players who played in a system different from ours, to understand that the system has worked for me over 22 years, and I don't plan on abandoning it because of the 22 years of success. We're going to play mostly man-to-man. I'm not opposed to using zone at times to mix it up, but we're going to try to play a sticky, tough man-to-man that does not give up easy layups and fast breaks and makes teams work. And providing only 1 shot per possession, or actually, I tell my players we have to give up less than 1 shot per possession, and they look at me and I said, we create turnovers where they never get a shot. And then when they do get a shot, they get 1. When you force them into 18, 19, 20 turnovers, and they have 80 possessions and they only got 60 shots. So that's what wins basketball games.
My broadcast partner, Brand Freeman from the Texas State Bobcat Radio Network, now joins us. And Brand, big win in Moscow, Idaho. And I don't know about you, but bowl eligibility, the 6th win, certainly big. Coming down that mountain to get back to Lewiston, Idaho, to fly out, it kind of had the feel of conquering heroes, in my opinion.
Well, you have to beat the trip, and we talked about Idaho, that they played well at home. Northern Illinois, who has to travel west to Moscow, almost got beat, a ranked team in the top 25. Temple, Idaho's only win, traveled west to Moscow. They lost the football game. Breaking down the numbers of the game, you spoke with Coach Fran about field position. The Bobcats' average starting field position was their own 46-yard line. For Idaho, their own 18. That was a huge emphasis in the football game. And we have to talk about the play of freshman quarterback Tyler Jones. A 3-game stretch for Tyler between the opener and Sun Belt play at Lafayette, the home game against Monroe, and the home game against Georgia State. 21-41 passing, 180 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks, a passer rating of 78.3, those 3 games combined. Last 2 games, South Alabama, this past week against Idaho, 34-50, 446 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, passer rating of 165.3. Freshman quarterback Jones is on the upswing.
He sure is, and now that leads the Bobcats into their bye week coming up. Coach Fran already touched on it a bunch, and what I remember visiting with David Gish, the head trainer for Bobcat football, years ago, he told me, at this point in the season, if you're not hurt, it probably means one of 2 things. You're either lucky or you don't play much. And you saw what a physical game that was there at the Kibbe Dome on Saturday, and it certainly gives the Bobcats time to regroup, because these 3 games coming up are so huge. 6-3, the hay's in the barn as far as that goes, but the Bobcats have to find a way to keep this momentum going.
Coach Fran said after the game the Bobcats will be defined by the November. So far they're 1-0. And by the way, the win at Idaho, the program's first road win in November since 2009, and also just a 2nd win for the program west of Texas since 1986. Going into the game, the Bobcats are 1-18 in such games. There's a culture change going on right now here at Texas State, and we hope that you'll be along for the ride. That'll wrap up this week's show of Inside Bobcat Football. I'm Brant Freeman, reminding you to unleash that battle cry. We'll see you next time.